Hallo, assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Khushamdeed ji, ayanu. Goedemorgen, Ishpata.
Pakhair Ragale, Ni Hao, Chura Shumme, Washwale, Ohio, Gonzaimes, Guten Morgen, Hola, Bonjour, Privyet, Kaifahal, Halish Shumachatore, Ahlan Vasalan, Marhaba, Buna, Mucho, Gracias, Swabia, Bali Keraya, Marhaba, and thank you very much everybody for tuning into PTV World. You watch it World this morning alongside the very fantastic, the very amazing, the very super talented Shiza Hashmi and Shahzad Khan. Hello Shiza, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. What about you, though?
I think I'm feeling great too as well, and it's just because of the fact that I was lucky enough to get like 2 cups of tea early in the
that's
morning, and I
nice.
think I feel fresh as well. But there's one more thing which I've observed, and that is that even your energy is very loud today. So what was
Is
different
it?
which you did today?
I had an extra protein bar today. I don't think that did constitute to my energy, but maybe that might have.
Yeah, and which is why, I'm sorry that I'm going to say it on television as well, but while she was having that protein bar, she didn't really look around. She didn't really ask anyone if you wanted a bite. And I
Oh
thought that it
God.
was actually a Snickers, was it?
No, no, it was a
But it
protein
looked
bar.
like Snickers, and I was like, man, Snickers is my favorite chocolate. Is she going to ask? And then, she just ate it
There's just one
right in front of
reason.
me.
Here's the thing. There's just one reason I didn't ask. First of all, it's a bad habit, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is sunnah. So, if we have any kids watching,
I'm
please
sorry,
do
yeah.
share.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, I didn't because, coronavirus, right?
Oh,
There was
yeah.
only one piece, and I'm already biting it.
Yeah.
And I know you have not a very good immunity system.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I do offer it, you'll take it. And what if I put you in
It's
danger?
perfectly all right. But while you were eating, I thought about it that, okay, what I can probably do is just take a little bit off
I
from my
know.
hand,
I
from the
still
other
have
side,
it.
from the other side of the bar. But it's perfectly all right.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I was just pulling your leg. And I think it's good. Sometimes you come across situations where the other person is teasing you. All you have to do is just be patient. So it's perfectly all right.
I get
I
it.
was patient while she was eating it. And I think she needs to be patient right now. So it's good. Yeah. What
All
are we
right.
doing today, Shiza? Or do we have a message in the first
We
place?
actually do. And other than that, we also have an amazing show lined up for you guys, so you have to stay tuned to it throughout. We hope that you did begin your day with a very healthy plate of breakfast,
Yeah.
if not a protein bar. But here's the thing, Shazad, how often Shazad and I are discussing, because mashallah, we live with our families here. So almost every alternate day, if not every other day, right? We're having guests, mashallah,
Yeah.
and it's also because of the fact we have big families and siblings and whatnot.
Alhamdulillah.
And alhamdulillah, we enjoy the fact because guests are a blessing, right? Mehman rahmat hoti hai, and we've been
Exactly.
always told that ever since we were
Exactly.
kids by our
Exactly.
children as well. But there's a very fine line, and this message actually is going out to all the people
All of
who go out as guests,
Yeah.
even us maybe, when we
Exactly.
go out as
Exactly.
guests. Don't overstay your welcome. I mean, for 2 to 3 days, you are a guest and you are supposed to receive all the good treatment, and you will as well, because people love having guests,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But after that, you don't try to become a burden. If you have to stay longer than that, try to at least involve yourself in helping the
Yeah,
people that you're
exactly,
staying at, right?
exactly.
Or probably, not explicitly managing your own finances and food, whatnot, but at least try to pretend that you are offering some help. This
Exactly.
was first of all, of course, people who are hosting you
Yeah.
will make them feel good, and then the stay will be friendly as well. I mean, no grudges, right?
I think you've hit the nail on the head as well, ladies and gentlemen. It's totally about do not impose yourself onto someone,
Exactly.
for 2 days, 3 days. It's fine. I mean, while you were about to reach someone's place and you told them that, hey, you know what, I'll probably be there for 2 days or 3 days. That's what they're looking forward to, because they have their own privacy, they have their own life as well, and their life just cannot be about you. So please make sure that you do not overstay. And then, there are these rules which needs to be in place as well. For example, if you borrow someone's car, if you've gone somewhere, while you're going to go back and return the car, please make sure that you fill up the tank.
Of course.
Not just that, if you've asked for loan money from a friend or from family member, please make sure that they really do not have to ask you for it, so that you can give it back to, before time, you actually should be giving it back to them as well. These simple etiquettes, and if, God forbid, you're going to overstay because of any problem, start contributing towards their kitchen. It's not that everybody wants you to do so.
Absolutely.
But I think once you're going to do so, the other person will be very happy that, okay, there's somebody, even if he or she has overstayed, they can probably, chip in and, help us as well.
But Shazad, that's not the case always, because sometimes the host family is not necessarily doing great. Maybe they have limited resources at that point.
Exactly.
And because they're so courteous and welcoming and they really want you to stay, doesn't mean that they have enough to, you know, take care of you all the time. So be considerate of that as well. Some people don't have the audacity to say it in your faces that we cannot manage this anymore because they're nice from the heart. So don't misuse that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was just something that we came across quite recently, and not personally, of course, we've been seeing here and there, and we felt like we need to talk about it, and we really hope it sets with the right people who need to hear it. But other than that, Shahzad, you know, I often think about, so I'm going to take you back to a few years back when I first came across Muniba Mazari's story. And being a typical Pakistani girl, of course, I was, I mean, mesmerized first of all, inspired, yes, and then all the things that she was achieving after being compromised of her body that she used to have. I mean, the courage was immense. I mean, the courage was something to look up to and to go after as well, to seek that sort of, I want to say, strength too. And there was something that really drew me towards, I mean, setting my goals and setting my dreams as well. If she can, why can't we, right? And similarly, I want to name someone over here. So he happens to be a TV presenter from the UK and also a basketball player. In a wheelchair, he's doing both of the jobs because as a child, he had polio and could not recover later on. Unfortunately, his name happens to be Aid Adeptin, and maybe I'm mispronouncing it. But I mean, these are just some of the examples of the people I look up to because regardless of what life threw at them, they're moving forward.
Exactly, and Shiza, I'm going to add on to this as well. Obviously, we're going to come down to the basketball player and, you know, how Paralympics are being held as well, which is for all of those people who are in wheelchairs or are living with disabilities. But, you know, talking about Pakistan, I think that, you know, we need to mention Abia Akram, you know, working for the rights of the disabled people as well. Mr. Atif Sayyed, not just that, you know, our very own speaker's daughter is actually wheelchair bound as well, and they're working for the rights of the people who are disabled as well. But not just that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that, you know, there are people who do not really let boundaries kind of curtail them as well or define them as well. They're there for a reason, and they're going to make it big, and they're going to make Pakistan proud as well. And we're going to share one of those exemplary humans today with all of you, that inspirational story, because this gentleman, ladies and gentlemen, he had polio when he was a kid as well, but he didn't give up. You know, he made sure that he's going to fulfill his dream. He played. In fact, he's one of the top 100 wheelchair tennis players. He's ranked at number 82 as well. Not just that, he's a level 2 ECB coach as well from England Cricket Board. And I think that there's quite a lot of things. There was a long list of his achievements as well, which we couldn't remember by heart. So we're going to introduce him, and then and not just that, he's even a tennis coach, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine that for somebody fulfilling his dream, that too in a wheelchair. I don't think that wheelchairs can actually stop anybody if you have high hopes, if you have ambition, if you have dedication as well. We're very lucky that we've actually been joined by Mr. Asif Gul Abbasi sahab. Hello, sir. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning.
Wa alaikum assalam. It's a pleasure to be here, and thanks. There is a long list, but you know, I want to prove that, you know, there is nothing it can stop you. If you have dreams, you can fill anytime, any age, any ability, if you have.
Exactly.
And this is why you have. We're really, really inspired by your stories, mashallah.
Thank you.
But Asif Saab, I want you to go back in time, and for the first time you ever started playing the sports that you liked and took it forward as well. Take us back there.
If I take you back, I take you back a long time back. When I was like about 4 or 5 years old, I couldn't remember, you know, what happened, but I remember this. What happened? I didn't know that at that time I had a disability or something missing.
Okay.
My teacher, PE teacher, he brought me, you know, a group of classes and said, "Okay, you run from here and touch the wall." And I remember that, you know, I'm feeling really, you know, in that period of moment. I ran. In the middle of when we were running, I fell off the ground, and I was crying. Literally, my tears were on my cheek. But I remember I touched that ball, and then came back, and then I saw, oh, something is missing. You know, something is not right.
And your teachers didn't know even.
He didn't know that.
Okay.
That was the moment of realization that, you know, I had something missing. But I don't know what happened afterwards. I played every sport in my school life. I played football. I was obviously goalkeeper, you know, stopping the goals. And then I played hockey, you know, whatever the game was, like the season of sport, I used to play. And then from there, somehow,
there was no looking back.
somehow, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, created a path for me.
MashaAllah.
And then
And it's wonderful, which is why, we have you over here so that you can share your inspirational story with all our viewers in 46 different countries. But not just that, I think that, it is very important for you to share all of those credentials you have so far, because you've been a sportsman all your life. And, while I was going through the list, it was so long that I was like, okay, I'm probably going to ask Abbasi Sahab about it and not going to remember it by myself as well. So, you're one of those wheelchair tennis players who is ranked in top 100 all over the world.
Yeah.
Your rank is number 82. You happen to have a title of ITF, or
yes,
I think that's what it is.
Alhamdulillah, I was in Pakistan wheelchair tennis history, I'm the first and only one who achieved this.
Exactly.
I ranked 82 in the world.
Yes.
And then I'm the first Pakistani who won an international tournament for Pakistan.
Wow.
Many
Amazing.
people didn't
And
know
we
that.
are even sharing your pictures as well, so you can share, where this was, what happened, what was happening.
Yeah, that was the first time, I started in 2017, April. That was my first tournament. It's the National Wheelchair Series. And it's the national. Yes, I won. Obviously, I got 2 medals, doubles and singles.
Is it silver, bronze?
It's gold.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I got to. I won the doubles as well.
Wow. So even in the singles, even in the doubles.
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. And is he your coach?
He's my partner, the other one.
Yeah.
He's
the one in the center.
he is like a president. He was managing,
Okay.
and he was the tournament referee.
Pakistan, Zindabad.
So
How is it to wear the Pakistani jersey?
it was like a proud moment. First time the first ever tournament was British Open.
Yeah.
It was itself, many countries, many top players. World number 1 was there, like top 50. They were. So I was the lucky one. I represented Pakistan at that level. The first time when I reached there was no flag for Pakistan.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, because nobody was
Nobody
playing.
was representing.
Yeah,
right.
nobody was representing there. So I said, look, I haven't got any flag, Pakistan flag. Could you bring it tomorrow? And then they brought it, and there was a picture I'll show you.
Okay.
They hang it over there, and then from there I took a picture and said, this is my flag, this is my country.
Wow.
Must have felt so nice.
Oh, that was a proud moment. And
I think I can feel goosebumps as well,
I
and that's the kind
know.
of inspiration we need for everybody who's out there as well for doing so much. But there's this interesting twist to this story as well, ladies and gentlemen, that Abbasi Sahab actually started to play internationally in 2017, if I'm correct.
Yes.
And till 2020, obviously, because 21 just started, you have achieved so much that the list is just keeps on going.
In
So
just
how
3
did you manage to do all of this in 3 years?
Alhamdulillah, because my background was as a sports person and I was a tennis coach.
Yep.
I'm level 2 cricket coach, but I'm level 3 tennis coach. So I was coaching already.
Yeah.
So I got that experience,
Okay.
But the difficult part was how to maneuver the wheelchair.
wheelchair.
The movement is so fast, the wheelchairs are so customized, very quick.
Yeah.
I was feeling so because that was the part I felt so hard. But what I did, I asked my friend, to borrow a wheelchair because at that time I didn't have the sports wheelchair.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Are they manual or are they?
no,
are
you
there
have to
certain-
push. You have
Okay.
to push.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got
So
it.
that was in my point of view, is very, very difficult. When you have got the
It is.
racket in your hand
Of
and you're
course.
pushing but after some time you feel very comfortable.
You get used to
Yeah,
it
you
as
get
well.
But not
right?
just that,
Yes.
even playing tennis on foot is difficult. Okay, let me put it
course.
straight away. It's not that easy running from one end to another end. It is very difficult, and you get out of breath as well. So for somebody who has to put the racket in the first place, probably in your lap, and then you have to push the wheelchair, it is difficult, no?
No, it's so I correct you a little bit.
Yeah.
Or maybe I can give you some insight.
Even
of
if it's correction, I won't mind. Yeah,
Yes,
go
please
ahead.
go
yeah.
on.
So, you have to hold the racket all the time, and the hands on the rims of the wheel. So
all the time.
Yeah, all the time. If you put it here, you don't have time. And there's an exception in a rule that you can play on 2 bounces. The first bounce should be in the court,
Okay.
and the
The other.
second bounce
Oh,
anywhere.
okay, got it.
Yeah.
Right.
But most of the players who are the top, like myself, or if
Take
I
it one bounce.
yes, usually you have to.
Wow.
Wow, one
And
bounce
this
at
is
a
the
time.
type of, this is why, mashallah, you're on to now coaching a lot of youngsters as well, which makes me ask you, are you also coaching on behalf of or are collaborating with the Pakistan Tennis Federation?
That's really a good question. that's why I'm here, and I want to, promote wheelchair tennis. So many disabled people, and disability can happen in any age.
Of course, it's natural.
Yeah, it's natural. So sometimes it's a very depressing time when somebody amputated or limb loss. After that, they feel so. This is the sport also can play a very important role, to rehabilitate.
Of course.
Rehabilitation, and also when there is a young kid, who haven't got a chance, but we have to, promote wheelchair sports in Pakistan. Like you said, wheelchair basketball is there. I'm the wheelchair basketball coach as well.
Oh, amazing! That's nice.
Is there anything you've left behind?
No, I'm trying to,
Which is wonderful, and which makes me ask you is that, obviously to do that and to promote wheelchair tennis over here in Pakistan, you really need to be in conversation with Pakistan Sports Board as well.
Yeah.
Did you get through to them as well? Were you in conversation? What are they saying? And do you think that your idea of bringing wheelchair tennis over here in Pakistan was well received by the Tennis Federation and the Sports Board?
I was expecting more a lot from government, Pakistan Sports Board, Pakistan Tennis Federation. I think they are on the right track, and because I'm the example now. I set an example now that if you can, I can do it, and many people can do it here as well. So I need a collaboration, support from Pakistan Sports Board or other organization, not only government. Other private organizations.
Right. Yeah. But Abbasi Sab, don't you feel like, because I'm asking you this, you've lived in the UK, you've seen the lives there and here, so don't you feel like at a very early stage we should be incorporating disability sports in schools?
Oh, wow.
Because, I mean, even normal sports for people, for let's say, I mean, there's segregation first of all, there's gender discrimination in sports, and then for a lot of schools, they don't take sports seriously because for Pakistan, when you talk about education, it's ratta, ratta, ratta. So don't you feel like we should incorporate it?
Very well said by you. First of all, I want to just, correct.
Yes, please, please.
Yeah. We, as a disabled people, we don't want to hear normal or other. We can call non-disabled or able-bodied.
I'm sorry if I say
it's okay. It's okay. Because this is the awareness. We have to.
Of course, we're learning. Sorry.
Yeah. So everybody has to. Don't. A lot of time people say normal people. So I don't like it.
Yeah,
or
of course.
disabled people don't like it.
Exactly.
Of course.
There is no difference. Even even there is something missing or disabled, it doesn't mean you are lesser than the other people.
Of course.
So that's why I want to.
So the right usage is people living with disabilities.
Or people with special needs.
Yes. Yeah. So that's very right point you raised that. In schools, that's why I want to be a role model. I want to help. Other day I went to rehabilitation center for army people.
Yes,
where there is a loss of limbs. After
AFIR.
AFIRM.
Yes.
So I visit there, and then I contacted them. I said, from my side, if I can do or I can help you, please let me know. Yeah. And they promised they will call me.
They would be very welcoming as well, I know for sure. Because
yes, exactly. And that's why from your platform, I want to ask anybody, any organization out there, if in any capacity, if they need me, I'll be available.
Wow. And that's
amazing.
wonderful. But, since you started playing in 2017, and I think there was COVID in between as well, but Paralympics are going to take place somewhere around probably after 5 years or 4 years?
4 years.
4 years, yes. Thank you very much for the correction. So now your goal is to actually participate in Paralympics on behalf of Pakistan. You want to represent Pakistan as well. Where are you on that journey? Are you somewhere in the middle? Have you made it so far? Or do you think that you will be, inshallah, able to do so?
Inshallah.
And what assistance do you need with that?
Yeah, inshallah. That's why I'm here. I contacted National Paralympic Association in Pakistan, and hopefully, because of the COVID last year, I couldn't able to play any sort of tournaments in UK. But I'm living there because I've got opportunity. The problem is when I'm there, no organization interested because I'm representing Pakistan. Yeah.
Oh.
And from here, I have no support, no backup, no awareness that I'm playing already there.
Exactly.
So I think if any other organization, wanted to come and support a little bit, I can represent Pakistan in Paralympics, and I can without any resources, without any help, I made here on my own.
On your own.
So I think if somebody along the journey, I can represent even this. Now they'll postpone only last year, so I think I have got still time to present in Tokyo.
That's true as well, and thank you very much, Abbasi Saab, for being with us. It was lovely to be in conversation with that too early in the morning. And there's one thing which I'm going to tell you, that no matter what happens, whenever you're around, we are going to extend all the support you would require.
Of course.
This platform is for you. Whenever you want to come, share your thoughts and views, you're more than welcome. Our producer, Jamshed Saab, he's in love with the newer talent, and he loves promoting people who deserve to be promoted as well.
Absolutely.
So you should be in contact with him all this time as well, and just make sure that whenever you're around, just we're going to extend our support, and we want to wish you best of luck for your future endeavors, and we want you winning a gold in Paralympics for Pakistan as well. Thank you very much, Abbasi Saab.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It was
lovely
here.
to be in
Thank you
conversation.
very much.
You are a major inspiration for a lot of people, including us, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, we are right now headed to a short break, of course. But before we do go, Shahzad, how we're talking about, we will definitely be extending our support in our capacity to Asif Saab over here, yes. But you guys, as the public of Pakistan or the nation, I feel that you can do a lot. For example, the smallest thing you can do for those people who are on Twitter, why don't you guys get together, start a hashtag, Asif to Paralympics? I mean, it's going to make a ripple effect,
exactly.
inshallah.
And that's how things are done, ladies and gentlemen. But not just that, ladies and gentlemen, whether you're in wheelchair or whether you're not, I think that the best part of you being a good athlete is the kind of diet you intake.
Yes, so important.
Yes, which is why, because we were in conversation with somebody who wants to participate in Paralympics and who's done so much on his own, we're actually going to share another profession which is not very appreciated by the family members of that particular gentleman.
In Pakistan especially.
In Pakistan only. Elsewhere all over the world, they say that it's always the male who are actually the best chefs as well.
I've heard.
And this is something which I've heard. I'm not really sure. We do not want to be discriminatory about this fact as well. And this guy, ladies and gentlemen, he happens to be a friend of mine as well. I keep on, not stalking because he's a friend, but, he keeps on posting pictures on his Instagram and social media. And whenever I look at them, so he's been in Dubai, he's been in Sri Lanka, he's been cooking, he's been feeding people as well, he's been associated with best of the chains as well of hotels. So I think we wanted to be in conversation with somebody who's a chef, who's as old as we are, and let's see whether he's having a great time or not. Good morning, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Welcome back to World This Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Where right now, at this very moment, Shahzad Khan and I are a little hungry and maybe drooling. I'll tell you why.
A little too much.
Because, well, before we did go out on a short break, Shahzad mentioned over here that diet is very important, not just for sportsmen, but for each and every single person. You know how often, Shahzad, we say you are what you eat, and it is absolutely true.
Exactly.
But wouldn't it be so nice, I mean, if you were friends with a chef and you'd actually be served with anything you want any time of the day?
Exactly, that's true as well. But you know, I'm going to share something which I don't know whether people are going to like it or not. But you know, in the olden times, I think I've seen it in a lot of drama serial, where you know the husband is not really in good terms with his wife, and then you know the mother-in-law actually needs to step in and be like, बेटा मियाँ के दिल का रास्ता तो उसके पेट से होता है. It's the other way around, by the way. But yeah, you know, so kind of reiterating upon that, ladies and gentlemen, the guy who's over here with us today in the studios, he actually promised us to bring us salad. Or probably he wanted to make salad over here in the studios for us as well, but
it's all
unfortunately he couldn't, because it was really early for a chef to get up. You know how late night things can actually kind of take over. But ladies and gentlemen, I think that the whole reason of bringing him over here and sharing his story with you is that there are a lot of things which people can do. We really need to think outside the box as well. He was studying at Roots. Once he got done, he went to Dubai for culinary arts. Imagine that, you know, it's a field of art. And yes, you know, once you're going to look at the way he cooks, I think that you will probably be, you know, how do we call it, that, you know, manalena, you know, so
you'll come around the fact that, okay, he made the right choice. And also,
convince, yeah.
Yeah, and also, you know, this very professional choice in Pakistan is so frowned upon, especially for men. And I think we have talked about this before in our show as well, once or twice, I do remember. But this one is going to be really exciting, because we have a successful journey right in front of us, so we have a lot of questions to ask.
Yeah, and not just that, ladies and gentlemen, for all of those people, they might be thinking that, okay, you know, where he has worked. So just in case to know whether it's credible or not, she's worked at Armani. I think that's pretty much enough for everybody else out there as well. Not just that, he's running his own food blog as well. He's going different places, he's cooking, and he's living the life, you know. So we're going to ask him about his journey. Ladies and gentlemen, we're very lucky that we've actually been joined by somebody who's picked up on a profession which is said to be outside the box. He is Mr. Ammar Afridi, and he is a chef. Hello, assalamu alaikum, good morning.
Walaikum salam. How are you, Shahzad?
I'm absolutely perfect. How are you?
I'm good.
So all this time we have been in conversation over social media platforms. Finally, you know, we got to meet and greet each other as well. So how is it, first of all, for your family to know that my son is a chef?
As I think you know me personally, so I belong to a political family.
Yeah.
So it was something that I had to think out of the box.
Yeah.
So I was not very into studies. I was a sports person, but as you know, in Pakistan, other sports like basketball, table tennis, you don't get so many opportunities apart from cricket or hockey. So all of my friends, they went abroad, and I was like, what you can do, man? So I'm a hostelite basically, so I used to cook my stuff when I was 7 or 8 years old.
Wow.
So then I was
Were
like,
you in boarding school?
Yeah, I was in boarding school. So I was in Aptabad.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, you can cook, man, because normally I used to make chicken kadai and mutton kadai when I was 14 or 15.
Wow.
Or I used to feed my friends, and they were like, yeah. And you know, compliments from the friends, it's the most difficult part because they don't spare you, you know.
That's true.
People, they will spare you, but they won't spare you.
Yeah, true.
So then I thought, yeah, man, do it. So I checked the institutions. There were 2 institutions. One was Gordon Blue in London, and the other one was in Dubai. So Dubai, as you know, it's very easy for us to go, and you know, it's not far away from home as well. So I went there, and it took me 6 months there. ICCA, like they are it's the second best institute in the world right now.
Okay.
It's certified with City and Guilds, and I was the worst student there because I was, and both the owners, they were Indians. Basically, they started a setup in Dubai. And when I was leaving, they said, you were the first and the worst Pakistani student ever. Because, you know,
What an accolade to your name.
Because, you know how Indians are, they take everything very professionally, and I was not in that
I
zone.
think I think they put too much masala in their curry, man.
Yeah,
I think this is something which I've felt with Indians. I mean, not just with Indians as well. I think otherwise, you know, when you go all over the world, you know, everybody has this own scent to themselves. You know,
Yeah.
the kind of food you eat will actually have a scent to yourself as well, right?
Yeah.
And people can observe it. So I think, you know, for people in South Asia, they always have a very masale wali scent as well. Kya kha ke aaye ho yaar? Chicken biryani खाई है मैंने.
The North Indian food is similar to our food, but for a change, South Indian, I like South food.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's spicy, extra spicy, but I like it. Like their curries are different.
Yeah.
They're good with vegetables. We are not good with vegetables, to be honest. As
I think
We make salan of every
you know,
vegetable.
we have these pictures over here as well,
Yeah.
you know, and I think that this is art by your hand.
Yeah.
And
Let us know what it is.
You can please make us know what is. Oh, dude, come on! This is like
This is
some
great stuff.
real
that's
professional
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
But Shahzad and I need to be treated, man.
Yeah.
No, I promised him. He asked me to bring him some.
All right,
So-
this is great
So,
presentation. as
so
well.
you're into desserts as well.
Yeah, but this is my specialty, like because
Chicken kadai.
because you know all over the world the food is recognized as Indian food.
Yeah.
You can get the Pakistani food concept only in Dubai
Okay.
or Saudi, maybe, but mostly
Wow, what's it?
it's
Beef.
that's
Duck?
a steak. Yeah, no, that's a steak.
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
I thought it's duck.
Duck steak.
so
Yeah.
All right,
All
moving.
right,
Yeah,
this
dude,
looks
the
nice.
presentation and everything is just. good,
Would
man.
you want to be judged by Gordon Ramsay? Your presentation.
yeah,
is from
I would
Dubai,
love
right?
to. Yeah, I'm similar that sort of a person. Like I got into this field after looking at him.
Yeah,
I was like celebrities, like chefs are also celebrities.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
So I always wanted to be in media. Like I think me and Shahzad did the first ramp together.
Yeah,
Acha,
yeah,
acha.
So it's also a cool story. Can I tell?
Sure, why
Like-
not? Why not?
Like
Go ahead.
we are entering, and I was studying in Roots, and there's like the 9 p.m. and there's some guy. He put on his car lights and started dancing on Smack That. You know, took his hoodie on. It's like,
Smack
who's that guy, man? And he was like too confident. He was dancing so good, and then we meet up and we made a group. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like me,
Was it
you,
2010? Because you're
together.
talking about Smack That.
no, he was good.
I think it's good to dance as
Yeah.
well. And you know, when you have
Absolutely.
good food, you know, you really need to dance as well.
Right.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I
there's.
have, sorry,
Okay,
but I
go,
have a
you go
question
ahead.
first
Yeah,
because
go
we
ahead.
just saw the pictures, right?
Yeah.
And the presentation was just remarkable. So, Amar, do you feel like presentation is so important to actually put across the idea of the food that you put? So, for example, your favorite, let's talk about kadai, right? So, you just put it in a plate, I'll have it, I'll be like, oh, kadai achhi thi. But if it's presented so beautifully, maybe I'll have a, you know, even better remarks to say.
Yeah, I think presentation matters a lot.
Yeah.
But you should not judge. You say that by
taste
the
of
By the
you
color.
cannot judge
Yeah,
from
yeah.
outside.
Of course.
You know, the main part is the flavor.
Yeah.
If the presentation is good, when you eat it and you don't like it,
Yeah.
the presentation
point?
gets
Yeah, it
vanished.
gets zero,
Exactly.
If
that's
the
true.
presentation is a disaster, but even if you try, you have seen a MasterChef show.
I have so many of them.
People with the good taste, they always qualify.
That is true.
They always qualify. So
Exactly, that's wonderful. But which is why, you know, I'm going to pose two questions to you now. Now, first things first, because one of my friends is actually doing a culinary art course as well, and he was telling me that, you know, that they teach you what temperatures to put food on, and you know what masalas, how to prepare the recipe, and all of that, which is good.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember it by heart, or do you actually have to make changes to all the recipes when you travel? Because you're traveling now, you're making sure that people are going to taste your food. And for example, because this was this research study we were studying in our marketing courses as well, that when Pizza Hut actually had to come to Pakistan, you know, they actually had to kind of change their recipe a little bit so
According
that it is according to our taste. How do you do that? Number two is, now, you know, since your speciality is chicken kadai, now people in Saudi might not like chicken kadai, you know, they might like something else. They probably like camel kadai or, you know, something like that. So then can we apply the same recipe to a different product?
see, two ingredients, salt and pepper.
Okay.
They always
Will be there.
Go a
with the
long way.
taste.
Yeah.
Anything, you know,
Yeah.
even lamb. Lamb is a very, I would say,
Moist and-
very
Favorite?
thing, and you cannot put too many flavors in
Yes,
lamb,
yes.
you know. So that's why I say
Just
our
let the fat
Peshawari
burn.
style, like right now we are praising Turkish food,
Yeah.
but to be honest, they have the presentation.
Yeah.
We are lacking presentation. We have more skilled people.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the taste is similar.
Yeah.
The taste is almost similar because they also don't use spices. The Pathans, they also don't use spices,
Exactly.
and the
Okay.
flavor comes out.
Exactly.
So we are only lacking in presentation. If you go to Peshawar, I'm
Yeah.
sure you will find.
Yeah.
You have seen so many
Every
blogs,
now and then,
you
we would go
Yeah,
to Charsi
yeah,
Tikka,
yeah.
me, my uncle, cousins,
Yeah.
and that's good. But, talking about presentation, is presentation only about, for example, you went outside to have champagne, so they'll put a little foil right underneath the bone as well.
Yeah.
And that's presentation, that's that's it. Why do you think that people over here in Pakistan are not so focused about presentation? One. Number two, wherever you're going to go in any household, no matter who's cooking, they'll make a khichdi out of whatever is being cooked, so the real
He
texture,
hasn't had my food.
Yeah, the real texture of the food is lost, and the real essence and the real nutrition is lost as well because we have overcooked it, and because this is something which happened to us as well. I'm going to share it because a lot of times we think that okay, we're going to Chinese restaurants, we're going to have this, and we're going to have egg fried rice and probably shashlik and all of those things, whatever it is, Manchurian,
Yeah.
it's a very common curry. So we were doing this show for Chinese national television. So we went somewhere where it was 1,500 or more Chinese people, and we were supposed to cook Chinese food for them. We cooked. In fact, we took a chef from Chinatown. I'm sorry if I am naming you guys. And imagine that the guy cooked over there, and all of a sudden, when the Chinese people started eating it, they started spitting. You were like, it's not
It's
Chinese
not
food.
Chinese, yeah.
So imagine, so how do you experience while you're traveling and you're making food for people? Do you have to change or made moderate changes to the recipes?
See,
But
if
Pakistani Chinese is notorious वैसे ही है ना?
the thing is,
Because of the Chinese salt, I don't like
the
it.
thing is, they have to capture the Pakistani market. Okay, we guys don't eat anything without
Masale.
masala. So I cannot mention the names, but people like it. So I cannot do anything because we're not having so many foreigners over here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure when a lot of foreigners will be here, then they know what to present them.
True.
I mean, it's like you have a audience who's going to listen to pop music
Yeah.
and you're listening rock songs to
Yeah.
them, and that's not
Yeah,
happening.
because when it's your cuisine, they will eat it.
Yeah.
Because they'll trust you. Because it belongs to you, where you came from. They won't question. It's spicy, not spicy. They won't question that much.
Right.
But if you're cooking their food bad, especially Mexicans, I met a lot of Israelis. They are, if you're cooking something, even they eat that Arabic food as well. They don't spare you. They don't spare you if you put spices, and a lot of Indians, they are, because they cannot do anything,
It's just
डाल
in them.
देते हैं, like put something in that.
Yeah,
and-
halka sa
And
tadka ho
and
jata
it's also sort of a fun thing to do. I mean, whenever you're cooking, you have a variety of spices in front of you,
Yeah.
and you just want to be that mistress of spices types, right? You're
Because-
just spilling spices. But here's the thing: I personally want to go to Quetta for the meat. It's because not a lot of people at my home are meat lovers, so I'm the only one. So if I have to cook it, I'm the only one who has to consume it. But I've heard there's like immense, a lot of people who love meat in Quetta, first of all. So you let me know what's the best place I go to for the best ran or the best saji or similar
In
things.
Quetta?
Anywhere in Pakistan, first
I
of all.
think in
Also, and another question: who is your dream, celebrity chef to work with?
Before it was Gordon Ramsay.
Okay.
But now I think Nusrat has took over.
The Salt Bay.
Yeah,
Oh,
I like
oh.
his.
The way he is, man.
He is something, He has completely. There was an impact of Gordon Ramsay, but Nusrat has changed completely
The dynamics.
The dynamics of he's not a chef. He's
Okay.
a butcher. He started as a butcher,
Yeah.
and as I was telling you, we have a lot of butchers,
Yeah.
but with style, with presentation, makes the difference.
True,
People
true, true.
attract towards you when you have something catchy in front of.
Exactly, that's true. And there's one more thing which I like about Nusrat, and that is that he talks very less. I mean, if we are to compare it with Gordon Ramsay, and I think because Gordon Ramsay a lot of times is just very humiliating to other people as well.
But that's his personality.
For
He's
all of
just
the-
doing
it's,
it for
it's not the
TV.
personality; it's you being very cocky about who you are now. I mean, that's straight facts out there.
Yeah.
I mean, Nusrat can do the same. He's more famous than Gordon Ramsay now. He's got restaurants in New
More
York,
business.
Turkey, elsewhere as well, in Dubai too as well. And he's making sure that for all of those clients who are going to come in, he will be there for them. So I think that there's a larger difference of personality. But very quickly, Amar, this is something which we wanted to ask you as well. That for all of those people who are out there who might be thinking that, okay, you know, we want to be chef. Do you think that you can actually earn a good livelihood by being a good chef? If you are a good chef and you recognized. Number two is, where do you think that the people should go for the culinary arts courses? And do you think that it will pay them back in life?
Honest answer, sir.
Honest answer. I'll be very honest. Like
Because not everybody is going to be from a political background, right?
I started my journey when I was in 2012.
Yeah.
If I was like, as I told you, I'm a traveler as well, so I have to travel. You know, I travel in Pakistan as well. You know, discover the areas to promote. So I would especially, you know, I will like to thank you to call me here to, you know, tell the people it's a very good field, you know. Stop wasting your money, you know, you're putting all your children in BBA departments and, you know, just stop it, man. Guys, seriously, it's a very respectful profession.
Couldn't think of anything else when I was in university.
I'm not being, you know, saying bad about someone, but it's just for the youth. You know, as a chef, it's up to you how you groom yourself.
Exactly.
You know, you have been to UK, America. You know how the chefs they have been treated, man.
Exactly.
They are like gods. They're like they're like celebs.
The restaurants couldn't run without them.
The doctor, they love chefs. You know, they give more respect to the chefs.
Exactly.
Oh, he made my food. So I would tell them to, you know, they can do from abroad as well. But Gautam's, I have heard they in
over here in Islamabad, yes.
In Islamabad as well.
Yes.
So it's a good opportunity. They'll teach you the techniques. After that, it's up to you how you develop your skills.
Exactly.
If you work here, I think still you're getting paid better than the other departments.
Yeah, and it's wonderful
That's
as well.
nice.
And you know, just a little correction, because a lot of people might not know that Gautam recently did open up in Islamabad as well. I saw their office somewhere in F8, but they're originally from Lahore, and
they're
it's a
from
good
Lahore.
institute. But not just that, I think that I have a recommendation that you can actually start doing these courses from Hashu Group as well, and then they will eventually set you up within their own hotels and restaurants.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
that's a good deal.
All right, but towards the, so sorry, Amar.
1 minute, just 1 minute.
Yeah.
And plus, I have to tell them that you can earn money in this, you know. As I was telling that if you start as a Commie 3, that's the first position, if you're working in Gulf, not abroad, in Gulf, because most of our people, they go to, you know, in Gulf areas.
Arab
And
region.
in Gulf, rather than driving cars,
It's better.
what our people do, they go take the license because it's very easy. They get 3,000, 4,000 dirhams. But after 8 years, they'll get the same amount. But as being a chef, you get 1,500 dirhams, like as a Commie 3. When you're Commie 1, it goes to 3,000. When you become a sous chef, it's almost 12 to 15 to 20,000 dirhams.
good.
I wanna
plus
be a
your
chef.
accommodation. Yeah, but go in this field if you love food
Yeah, if you love it.
and if you like it, because from my perspective, if you're not happy with your work, then there is no point of
That
you
is
know,
true.
doing it.
So very quickly towards the end, what category do you have right now to yourself?
Category?
Is
The-
it,
the
is it
ones
Sue
you
one?
mentioned.
Is it what you were telling us?
Yeah, I went to the Sue level, but
Wow.
yeah.
That's
that's
very
good.
nice,
So he's
mashallah.
minting money as well, ladies and gentlemen. which
No,
is
no,
why-
I'm not making money that much.
It's good to have him here. But yeah, thank you very much, Amar, for being
Thank
with us.
you,
It was
thank you,
lovely to be in
Shazad.
conversation.
Thank you,
Do you have something?
Yeah, I had a question, but now I'm going to turn it into a comment because we're really short on time. Thank you, Mar, for coming. But I wanted to talk about how this is, I mean, how we began the show, right? This is a social dilemma over here in Pakistan. So, Shazad, when Pakistani boys, even because I have had first-hand experiences with them as my brothers, my cousins, whatnot, when they're in Pakistan, they want their sisters and mothers to serve them. And it's been just 1 week of them living abroad. They know how to cook a kadai, they know how to cook biryani. So why can't you do that at your own workplace, first of all? And secondly, I think I'm going to link it back to the first segment we have of sports and how we definitely do need a larger recognition of sportsmen over here in Pakistan, because like Amar, we have been in conversation with the rugby player of Pakistan. He was named Hamza, and he left rugby to become a chef. Oh, I mean, it's a good decision, but the same reason that Amar had, because there was no future in sports over here. So, well, we really hope that gets fixed, and we really hope that the profession of chef is actually widely accepted for all genders over here in Pakistan, because it's amazing, and well, it makes you a lot of money, as Amar said.
Exactly. And ladies and gentlemen, very quickly, I think towards the end, I'm just going to leave you with a thought, and that is that would you rather cook biryani and chicken kadai for all of your relatives, or make chicken cry for the sheikhs of Gulf and get 20,000 dirhams a
I would
month.
do the latter.
I think you can do both too as well. But ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you write to us on our Facebook page, which is with the name of
Well This Morning.
on Twitter,
Well This Morning without Rishi.
on Dailymotion and YouTube.
You have to look for Well This Morning at the PTV World channel.
Exactly. And the fabulous repeat is going to be at
5 past midnight tonight.
till the next time. 1, 2, 3. Good
morning. Stay safe.